Nice one. Love nature and be good to everybody. Peace. Hello my friends, it's Chris. At the moment it's minus 6.5 degrees Celsius. I think it's perfect opportunity to try out this Onewind Shower Shelter. Yeah, I'm going to stay night in a shower. Okay, I will set it up and meet you there. Peace! So it looks something like this. I decided this configuration with 2 tracking poles. Of course you can make with one, just in the middle. It will be similar to Onewind Solidary Shelter, but wider. For this shelter I better like this configuration with 2 tracking poles, because there is no tracking pole in the middle, but that's nice. For example, if you don't have any tracking poles and you found only one stick, in that case of course I would make the triangle shaped shelter. So last time I was using it, it was autumn and I very love this shelter. It was raining too, so it had very nice coverage. I really wanted to try all my Onewind shelters on the snow, and this particular one I very like because this configuration is my favorite if I'm using tarp, and there is no point of bringing 3x3 meter tarp to make this configuration if I'm alone, because this tarp is 2 times smaller and a lot lighter. But don't get me wrong, I also like 3x3 meter tarps, but those I'm using for hammocks, or if I want to make some pyramid configuration, or I'm using the tarp with somebody else. If I'm alone, I prefer this one. You saw this package, a small package like that, come on. So look how cool. There's already frost on the inside of this shelter. So next on the list is to put rest gear inside. I'm very happy that I could find area where is still snow and very nice temperature. At the moment it's minus 6.5 degrees Celsius. Wow. Actually tomorrow I'm planning to come here to do my underquilt test on my hammock, because tomorrow it should be around minus 9, minus 10 degrees Celsius. We will see. If it will be like that, then I will finish my test with my underquilt, because I really wanted to try that underquilt in minus 10 degrees Celsius by using just one layer. Specifications for that underquilt is good down to 0 degrees Celsius, and if using 2 layers, down to minus 12. But I want to try 1 layer in minus 10. And my technique is by sandwiching it between 2 underquilt protectors and using windsock. But that's for tomorrow night. But tonight I want to try this shower shelter. Okay, let's put gear inside. Peace! So look at this bad boy. I believe this is German armies. Maybe it's copycat or something. I think it's 90 to 100 liters. Maybe you know what capacity is this bag. Leave the comments down below, because I'm only eyeballing. Actually, I think it's 100-liter bag. Okay. So always bring some foam with you in winter. It's very nice. For example, now I can put it under my knees. Like so. Underneath I'm going to use this X-Spread flex mat, because in winter it's better always to use some foam pad underneath inflatable pad. So the main reason is backup, because if something happens you still have this foam pad underneath you, and also of course it adds up our value of your sleeping system, of course. So I put a ground sheet. I always use ground sheets. So the next layer will be this foam pad. So actually I need to crawl inside to see which will be the head end. It's a little bit on angle. I'm rolling to the inside. Okay, this is much better. So these are my thermal clothes. As for sleeping mat, I'm going to use the Sea to Summit camp mat with an R value of 4.2, and this mat is good down to minus 12 degrees Celsius. Let's pump it up. For pumping, I'm going to use this tiny pump, and the rest I will fill with my mouth. Because you know, these pumps are not enough. Especially in the cold weather, you need your mattress to be hard. Of course, it sounds like a vacuum cleaner, but it is what it is. If your mattress is not hard enough, in winter your butt will touch the ground and you will be cold. So, as for sleeping bag, I'm going to use this Snug Pack Sleeper Expedition sleeping bag with a comfort limit of minus 12 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to combine it with this fleece liner for extra comfort. So this pump is multi-purpose and I'm going to use it as a lightening for my shelter. Okay, and I'm also going to use this Snugpack BV bag. In the winter, it's a good idea to use a BV bag because again, it is a backup, you are waterproof, it deals perfectly with the wind, you will be much safer and comfortable inside the BV bag. Okay. I also wanted to try just a BV camping on the snow. I hope I will do it in this week. Because next week temperature will be in plus degrees, so no more snow and no more cold. Basically it seems that this is the last week for enjoying winter. Okay then. So this is simple BV bag without zipper. Of course it is more comfortable to use those ones with zipper, but with this one there is less things that can fail. Okay, that's it, ready. I really like that this bag has this liner inside, so it's waterproof. Very nice. I think it's time to make some tea. I can't wait when I will be inside my sleeping system. So in today's menu is my homemade tortilla. So no ramen today. Okay, bon appetit guys. Yummy. It's cold, but it's yummy. But I have hot tea. Oh, so nice, so warm. Okay guys, I will finish my tea, eat my tortilla, and meet you later. Peace. So it's time to go to sleep. I've done my warm-up before I go to sleep. I've done my 100 push-ups, some jumping jacks, shadow boxing, maybe something else. And now it's the hardest part. I need to change all my clothes to my sleeping clothes. About 20 minutes ago it was minus 8.5 or something. At the moment is minus 7.53 degrees Celsius and humidity is 89.34%. Okay, see you inside the shelter. Peace! So I changed completely to my thermal clothes. It was extreme task to do because now outside it's really cold. So let me check the temperature. So at the moment temperature is minus 7.31 degrees Celsius and humidity is 89.83%. Actually I thought tonight temperature will be minus 4 or minus 6 degrees Celsius. So the temperature already is lower. I like that. Okay, so that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning. So this night was really chilly. At the moment temperature is minus 6.32 degrees Celsius and humidity is 88.95%. So the lowest temperature was minus 8.67 degrees Celsius and it was about midnight. About 2 o'clock it was already minus 7 and then the rest of the night was about minus 6.4, something like that. And the maximum humidity was 90.41% and it was 89 on average. Okay, it's time to make some morning tea, to do some nice footage of the shelter and then I need to hurry to my work. Let's do this. Ooh, it's quite chilly. I need to find my gloves somewhere. I was keeping my socks and also my gloves inside my sleeping bag, as well as my electronics and my water. Wet gloves, just put them inside the sleeping bag and they will be nice, warm and dry in the morning. This is first time I'm using these winter soft shell trousers. They're very nice. Yesterday I was toasty warm in them. So I'm suggesting you to use proper trousers for winter. I usually was using cotton trousers and they are not nice. If they get wet, they stay wet. Of course you can dry them inside the sleeping bag, but yeah. So these socks are only for sleeping. I want them last long. And these are the same, but for hiking and camping. Done. Good morning. Beautiful morning. It was in a liquid form, one shake and it's almost ice. I always wanted to do this trick. Wow, amazing. So that's why you're keeping your water inside your sleeping bag. Okay, well, my tea is getting ready. Let's talk about how it went. So there's people on the ice. They're trying to break it, but it seems that it's strong enough. Okay, so you're gonna ask me, is this shelter suitable for winter? And my answer is definitely. This is one of my favorite shelters, I think. I was using solitary shelter on the snow. It was also very nice. I actually like tarp better in the winter as a tent, because in a tent there is condensation and I actually feel warmer inside these kind of shelters because it deals much better with condensation. Also last year I was using 3 by 3 meter tarp in a tarp tent mode, also in configuration cave. So this is this one. I call this one mini cave. So I found out that actually I like better when the one end is open. Maybe it's just me, but I sleep warmer. I was really surprised about temperature. The lowest temperature was minus 8.7 degrees Celsius. Wow, amazing. So, and like I said yesterday, it seems that this is last week with a low temperature, because next week it will be warm, like +2, +4 degrees Celsius. And also I'm very grateful to my friend that told me that in this area there is still snow. Because in the area I'm living, all snow is melted. And I really wanted to do these last videos on the snow. And also I wanted to catch minus 10 degrees Celsius with a hammock. So this will be for tonight. Tonight should be around minus 9 degrees Celsius. Maybe even lower. So I will drink my tea and then I will head to my work. But in the evening I will come back with a hammock. Maybe I will come to the same place near the lake, or I can choose this side. I can hang my hammock somewhere here. Here is more snow, but we'll see. I have options. That's nice. So as it goes for my sleeping system, I was toasty warm. But only around 6 o'clock in the morning I started to feel cold. That's because of my metabolism. That's normal. I should eat something and it should be better. But I needed to wake up 8 o'clock, so I was okay with that cold. But most of the night I was toasty. So I strongly suggest to bring a BB bag in winter. It will add some few degrees. It will be much comfortabler that way. Ooh. Actually, let me check the temperature right now. And I'm using my Ingber thermometer because I want to know exact temperature at the spot. And I'm keeping my thermometer about 1 meter from my shelter. I'm not placing near my face or closer because my body producing heat and I want exact temperature. So if my shelter is there, about there, that's a good spot. So at the moment temperature is minus 6.35 degrees Celsius and humidity is 88.61%. Nice morning tea. This is black tea. No sugar. Strong. Wow. What could be better as winter camping with a nice cup of tea? Oh, really hot. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Not so fast. Before I go to work, it's cracking. Nice one. It's not too deep over here, but what could be better as enjoying cold bath after all night shivering in a minus 8.7 degrees Celsius in summer shelter. Okay, I'm joking about shivering and about summer shelter. Of course you can use that shelter in winter and I was toasty warm. But I cannot say this about right now. Okay, stay positive, be healthy, be good to other people, and see you on the next one. Peace!